Heracross so badly deserves an evolution.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know.
It should just turn into a guy that looks like a Beetleborg outfit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be great.
So, never looked. If you missed the generational Beetleborgs, go look up their outfits. It's Power Rangers, but like they look so much better. Beetleborgs look so good.
Don't look too far into it.
Yeah, don't watch it. Don't watch Beetleborgs. Holy cow, is it aged badly?
I don't want to have to explain to anybody why Ghost Elvis is a thing. Anybody.
Yeah,
if that didn't make it okay, if you heard us talking about that show just now and you're like, none of that makes any sense, I assure you, guarantee, watching it will not answer that question for you.
You're tuned into the GOCast podcast, your one-stop shop for updates, news, tips, and community in the world of Pokemon Go. Thank you for listening.
Pro tip, don't cross Mega Heracross.
April will feature plenty of bugs, but they're all features.
And more on this episode of GOCast. Hello and welcome to the GOCast podcast, episode 276. It's March 28th, a Thursday evening. I'm your host, Chris, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Kyle.
Hiya.
Hey, Kyle, how are you doing tonight?
I'm all right.
Or this afternoon?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I didn't take a nap, so I'm tired.
You didn't take a nap today? You know, normally you're tired because you had just taken a nap.
No. I'm tired for the other reason.
How do you? How do we win this equation?
Not take a nap and then wake up 15 minutes before we record is usually what I would do.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll take what I can get. I'm just happy you're here. That's great. That's great. I'm happy I'm here. I'm happy we're both here. We set some goals last week, Mr. Kyle. I'm excited because we have like almost nothing to talk about, but it is like the April content update. So I'm excited for this episode. But as always, first, our goals. And I'm much more excited to hear about your goals than report on mine again. I might not have had a great week, but no spoilers quite yet. So we had Groudon Raid Day this past weekend, which was the main event. And we also had the Verdant Wonders. Is that the name of the Verdant something adventures?
Yeah.
The Zarude event.
Yeah, the Zarude event.
Re-event. Was also during and ended this since we last recorded. So we also had that. But you wanted to catch 15 Groudon. How did that go for you?
I did not do that.
How many did you do?
I like 7 or 8, and like 3 ran for me. It was a bad time.
Ooh.
A bad time.
Did you get a shiny?
I did not get a shiny. Nope.
Dang. All right, 500,000 experience.
I did not do that. I got 300,000.
Okay, 300,000 is still pretty good. Daily gifting?
I did. Still doing it. It's
good deal.
Great.
Got to keep it up. Got to keep
Some
that
people
habit
not
going.
Opening gifts. I'm noticing.
Oh, anybody want to call out? You've got a platform. You got to abuse it.
No, I have to go check. I just noticed every time I was scrolling, I'm like, I didn't open a gift from you yesterday, and you still, and I still can't send you one. There's one person in particular. I don't remember who it is. We're very close to best friends. And they haven't opened my gift in like 2 weeks or something.
Okay. Well,
and I'm like, you need to open my gift.
All right. Well, if you remember it in the middle, doesn't matter what's going on, just yell their name.
I mean, I'm gonna go scroll now to find out, but we can keep talking.
Buddy progress?
I did not nearly as much as I wanted to, but
okay.
He's just about to be great buddy. So
okay, good deal.
That's like 50 hearts or something like that.
Yes, question mark.
I think it's like, yeah, something like it's like 10, 50, 100, and 300. I don't something.
Yeah,
like I know it's 300 for the last level.
There you go. Yeah, well, when I'm focused on buddy stuff, I just keep doing it until I get the notification that they're best, and then I stop doing it. Switch to different Pokemon. Yep, it's an airtight strategy. Mega badge progress. You had 853 at the time of recording last week.
Yes, I did it. I'm at like I'll double check the number. I was at 905 last time I checked.
Ooh.
I think my goal was 50. I don't know why I didn't write it down. I swore we'd said it, but
we might have said it.
909
refer to the record. Nice, very nice. So 2 more weeks or 1 more week of really focusing on it. Maybe,
I'm gonna do it this week. That's gonna be a goal this week.
Okay, you have like what? That's like 95 left. 93,
91.
91. Couldn't remember.
Yeah, and just switching between Gengars is 10 mega energy each.
That was the other thing. Yes, thank you. Okay, so that's good to know. Very good to know. Also makes it so much more doable.
Yeah.
All right, good on you. All right, so that's 1, 2, and 3 out of 5 for you. Nice week. I wanted to catch a shiny Groudon. I did not catch a shiny Groudon. I wanted to raid and catch 10 Groudon. I did not. I did 7. None of them ran for me, but I only did 7. I wanted to finish the Zarude research. That last step is tripping me up. I got what was it again? I got to win 3 raids, and I got to do Team Go Rocket members, which there are aplenty right now, both in balloons and at your local Pokestops. But at the same time, I didn't give myself enough time to do it today, and I had to work. So I couldn't pull myself away and go do it before we record. Before we recorded tonight. So that's a bummer. But hey, 50 eggs. No. Did not do that one either. I'm just not having a great couple of weeks. I'll just be very honest. 250,000 Stardust to bring you up to a total of 16.75 million Stardust. Happy to say that one I did square away, so I can keep moving on up. This week I'll set another goal, probably for 17 million. But the rest of my motivations just evaporated into the air like it was weather week once again. So bummer city, but I'll do better next week. I promise. Editing Chris, when you hear this, we'll have done better by this time.
Maybe.
Great. Thank you, Past Kyle. You're right.
You never know.
You never know what could happen. I could after we're done with this just play Pokemon Go nonstop until the next time we record. It's possible.
Unlikely.
Or I could not open it once, which is also pretty unlikely. Somewhere in the middle. All right, that's it for goals. You beat my butt. I got 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 1 out of 5. You got 3 out of 5. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, we got some news, albeit a little bit of news, but news all the same. So why don't we hop right into that news section? Yo, what up? It's the news. We've got the April content update, which we got several days ago, actually, which is kind of nice. Some of this is not new information, and other bits of it are new information. So here we go. Featured Pokemon for this month are going to be Mega Heracross, woo, Kartana, Shadow Entei, and Celesteela. If you don't remember from last week, we talked about how during the Sizable Surprises event where Celesteela and Kartana are going to be appearing in their respective hemispheres, this is also going to be the shiny release. And just because they're Ultra Beasts doesn't mean that they're not remotable. They are, because they're regular 5-star raids, essentially. But yeah, the shinies look pretty decent.
Celesteela's good. Kartana's bad.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly right. In 5-star raids, speaking of, from April 4th through the 12th, in the northern hemisphere, you'll be seeing Kartana, and in the southern hemisphere, you'll be seeing Celesteela, and again, both can be shiny. Afterwards, from the 12th to the 25th of April, you'll be seeing Tapu Bulu, who will also know the move Nature's Madness, which we had previously seen on other Tapus prior. And then afterwards, we'll see Registeel in raids from April 25th through May 2nd. So that's cool. Registeel has play in PvP. People always want Registeel candy. So that's the Reggie we're always happy to see. In Mega Raids, keeping with the raiding theme here, April 4th through the 13th will be Mega Charizard X. April 13th through the 25th will be Mega Heracross. We love to see it.
Ooh.
Yeah. April 25th through May 2nd will be Mega Aggron, which is a returning Mega. We've had that one before. Shadow Raids, we'll see Shadow Entei and Shadow Raids during weekends in April, unless otherwise noted. I don't think there is an otherwise noted for this. There is for this upcoming weekend, which would otherwise have been Raikou, because it's Shadow Mewtwo weekend. So we'll talk about that later, maybe. For raid hours, April 3rd will be Tapu Lele. April 10th will be Kartana and Celesteela. And both the 17th and the 24th will be Tapu Bulu. On those dates, 6 to 7 p.m. local time. Spotlight hours, also 6 to 7 p.m. local time on these dates. April 2nd will be Zubat with 2 times transfer candy. April 9th will be Croagunk with 2 times evolution experience. April 16th, Croagunk. Your evolution experience. I was like, why are you cheering for Croagunk?
I marked it on my calendar.
Well, look at you go. Okay.
I was like, I can't forget about this. I have too much inventory space dedicated at the moment.
That's awesome. Good for you. I'm excited to hear how it goes. That's going to be really satisfying. You're like,
we need to record later at another day, Chris. I'm going to be busy.
What you got to do is you got to record the game audio of them all being transferred at once. That's good. Good stuff. April 16th, which lies on an event called Bug Out during this time. We'll talk about those dates in a minute here. But April 16th, that Spotlight Hour will feature 3 Pokemon, Caterpie, Weedle, and Wurmple, 3 of the best Pokemon of all time. And the associated bonus will be 2 times Catch Stardust, which I feel like is a Tuesday too early because on April 23rd, Trubbish is the featured Pokemon in the Spotlight, which gives you bonus Stardust when you catch it. Yeah, but that's going to be combined with a 2 times catch experience bonus. So overall, a rather lucrative hour nonetheless. And then the last Spotlight Hour on April 30th will be Clefairy with 2 times catch candy. Clefairy is always a fun one. We like that. Events, just to round out this April update here. April 4th through the 9th, which we already know is going to be sizable surprises. You can get extra small and extra large Pokemon. Wailmer can be more shiny. There's also a shiny release that I can't remember which one it is. Kyle's going to double check, I think, what we're doing.
I will, because I also can't remember at the moment. Oh, it's Wimpod. It's Wimpod.
Oh, Wimpod. Right? That's Wimpod. Right. Thank you. And then April 7th is April Community Day Classic. That's going to be Bagon. April 12th through the 13th is Bug Out, which is a bug event. Yeah, buddy. Fingers crossed for more Heracross maybe in the wild, even though we are getting on April 13th a Mega Heracross raid day. And then April 20th is April Community Day. We don't know what that is yet. My fingers are crossed. I'm hoping for Oddish, just because that'd be funny. April 22nd through the 26th will be Sustainability Week, and then April 28th will be a Hatch Day. So the things we actually know about are sizable surprises, April Community Classic, and because of the nature and the title of the event, Mega Heracross raid day. The rest of these things we don't know the details or anything. But we've
wonder what could happen on that day.
I have no idea. Maybe Mega Charizard Z is going to be introduced to the Pokemon franchise.
Oh man.
Okay, Mr. Kyle. We've seen these events in the past, though. I mean, besides April Community Day, we've seen Bug Out, Sustainability Week, and we've seen Hatch Days in the past, right? So we can do a little bit of speculation on this. Bug Out will obviously be a bug-themed event. There's several bugs that have not been added to the game yet from Paldea. That would be good. I mean, what else do you think they could maybe do? Maybe a shiny release? Like, nothing comes to mind.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be surprised if there's anything besides Mega Heracross being featured as a noteworthy, because this is, correct me if I'm wrong, the first time that Heracross has been available globally since Johto Tour had it in raids.
I feel like there was one other time, but I can't remember it, and so it probably wasn't that big of a deal, if at all. But I think you're probably right. I'm probably misremembering.
I think that's the big one.
You know, that's a good point. Heracross is regional, so there is more value to it there. But I don't know. I think they would still put something else, even if it's like a shiny release or something.
I'd not be surprised if we saw Spidops.
Yeah,
maybe. Route 1 bug.
That would be good. That would be good.
I would be very surprised if we saw anything else.
Man, Tarantula's got such a sick shiny.
Tarantula is S tier Pokemon. Spidops is awful.
That's okay. We're all entitled to our own opinions. That's fine. I have to let it go, Chris. It's fine.
I love Tarantula, though. They ruined it with that evolution.
I'm not going to disagree. I would have liked to have seen a better. Okay, that's not true. I would have liked to have seen a different evolution for Tarantula, but I think Spidops is sick.
It doesn't make sense.
It needed to be a bigger ball.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Why is it I don't understand.
It needed to be like a James and the Giant Peach scenario, like a huge ball.
That's my guess. If we see a new Pokemon, it'll be a Spidops.
Okay.
So we'll see.
All right. Sustainability week. We had Trubbish in the past. We had poison types, I think. We'll probably see Varoom featured in an egg pool again.
But it's only a rocket. Isn't that the whole point?
Yeah, but they might make it more available.
Maybe
in the pool.
Maybe.
I don't know.
And expect Trubbish. Go for that shiny. It's a good shiny.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else that they've done for sustainability weeks in the past. It's just been sort of like a poison grass themed event. And we've had Trubbish featured because it's a trash bag, and that's great.
Yep.
And Hatch Day will feature probably a baby Pokemon or something else that's been Hatch exclusive. It'd be really sick if it was Charcadet, but it won't be.
Yeah, it's too soon.
Yeah, too soon. I don't know. I don't know what baby have they not focused on yet. None are coming to mind.
I mean, there hasn't been a Cleffa Day type thing.
No.
So both Cleffa and Igglybuff have not had something dedicated to them. Smoochum had an event in the past.
Bonsly,
Riolu, Bonsly, Mime Jr. There's plenty of options if we wanted to stick exclusively to babies. I don't know. Hatch Day could be anything.
Could be anything.
I will not be excited, probably.
Well, it's in a month as of this recording, so we've got plenty of time
I don't want to hatch any more eggs. I'm not hatching any more eggs until I hatch a disgusting amount at GOFest.
Well, that's pretty far away now. We got a few months still, so
exactly. I'm just gonna hold out.
Oh,
my free incubator is gonna do work. I got 4 12K eggs right now that are just sitting there.
Did you see that pool? They're all in the same pool right now.
I did. I thought that's kind of neat.
It was kind of neat. Yep.
Until it's not true, but maybe it's true.
Until it's not true. Exactly. All right. Well, anyway, that's the news. Plenty of stuff to look forward to in April, like more details about the back half of April. Okay. Why don't we hop into Gear Up?
So this week on Gear Up, we're going to do what's the big deal with Kartana. This is a fun one. It's going to be real quick because this is a continuation of last week. If you listened to last week's episode, talked about Zarude. It just so happens that we have 2 featured Pokemon in a row that are both grass type. So the conversation is very similar, but important to have, I think. And why? Well, Kartana's grass steel. And let's get this out of the way real quick. It doesn't know any steel moves at all. So it can't be used as a steel type anyways.
Nope. Not even if it wanted to.
Yeah, you don't even have the choice of using something spicy or off meta. There's nothing. But for grass type, Razor Leaf and Leaf Blade. And oh boy, it's really good. It's very good. Only one other Pokemon competes with it, and that's Mega Sceptile. You heard that correctly. There is not another conversation that we have about Pokemon in a PvE setting where you're like, oh yeah, that competes with the Mega. It does. It's better than Mega Sceptile if Mega Sceptile doesn't have Frenzy Plant. But we usually, when we talk about starters, we're going to assume they have their Community Day move for the sake of discussion because it's so much better than the alternatives. For comparison, Mega Sceptile with Frenzy Plant has 21.4 DPS and 48.5 effective rating. It's very good. It's very good. And also dragon typing, so it's got some good potential resistances as well there. It's not 4 times weak to fire for whatever reason.
It's 4 times weak to ice though.
Ice. Yeah, but whatever. You're already weak to ice. But the point is Kartana's extra weak to fire.
True.
Kartana though, 20.4 DPS and 43.6 effective rating.
Yeah, buddy.
That's a very small gap for regular legendary. Well, oh my god,
Ultra Beast? Yeah.
to Mega. It's insane. Kartana's stats are crazy. The next closest in DPS to Kartana is Shadow Sceptile with Frenzy Plant at 18.7 DPS. Almost 2 full DPS less. So that's crazy. And the next closest in effective rating is Mega Venusaur, which is no surprise. Mega Venusaur is very thick, very tanky, so it gets a really high effective rating.
How many C's?
I mean, in the main series game, it has thick fat, so probably like 4. But in Go, 3. It's both.
Oh, demotion.
And if you don't want to count megas, Shaman Skyform, effective rating of 42.11, which is still very good. I'm blown away 2 weeks in a row talking about Shaman Skyform. Who would have thought?
They'll never talk about it again.
Yeah, I mean, we'll bring it up. Be like, hey, you can use this as a grass type counter. You have one you like, power it up. It's fun.
This week we're talking about grass DPS. Anyway, here's the data point.
Last note here. Unless something drastic changes, Kartana is future proof. It is the best grass type that is going to be added to Go. There's nothing in Gen 7, 8, or 9 that is going to be better. And the next closest is going to be Rillaboom when it gets Frenzy Plant. So you got a long time to go. And even that's not going to top Kartana. It's just going to now be in the running for being near the top. So now Shadow Rillaboom, maybe there's a discussion to be had there. I'd have to check the numbers. But that's 5+ years away. No question.
Shadow Grookey will be a sight.
Oh, man. Love
boy,
Grookey.
Oh boy.
But Kartana's really good. It is unfortunate for those in the Southern Hemisphere that it is going to have to be remote rated if you want it. But it is definitely a raid worth going out for, especially considering like our history of raids lately. So
yeah.
It is a good raid.
For those of you listening in the Southern Hemisphere, if it's any consolation, your shiny is a million times better.
It is much better.
So thank you in advance for the remotes until we get the shiny and then we're like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Thank you, Mr. Kyle. Yeah, so get a good Kartana and then raid some more Kartana, make your good Kartana big, and then use it to cut through all the appropriate things that you would use grass type DPS to cut through. Like water.
Like any Kyogre that doesn't know Blizzard.
Every other Kyogre.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Anyway, that's it for Year Up. Thank you. We're going to take a quick little break here. And when we come back, we'll be back with Poke Lore. Welcome back. It's time for Poke Lore. And this week, maybe predictably, we're going to be covering one of the best bugs ever made, Heracross, which we've certainly covered in the past, but Mega Heracross, the arrival of Mega Heracross requires a bit of fanfare, and I'm a fan, and Mega Heracross fares very well, so what's next? Poke Lore. That didn't make any sense. It didn't have to. Heracross is a bipedal coleopteran. I think I got that right. Insectoid Pokemon covered in a blue exoskeleton. There is a long pronged horn on its forehead. The horn ends in a cross on males and a heart shape on females. On either side of the horn is a short antenna with a spherical tip. Heracross has oval yellow eyes. Its forearms have a pair of spikes near the wrists, while its thighs have a single spike each. It has 2 claws on its hands and a single long claw on each foot. There is a single pair of wings covered by elytra, which can be seen during its release from a Pokeball in the 3D games. Heracross's claws allow it to dig into the ground for sturdy footing and also allow it to climb trees. Using its horn, it throws opponents or competitors for food. It can lift and throw objects 100 times its own weight. It uses its two antenna to search for food by scent. It lives in boreal, temperate, and tropical forests where it feeds on tree sap. In Generation 2, the best generation, Megahorn was its signature move. As seen in the anime, Heracross has been known to compete with Pokemon such as Pinsir for food. The same episode also shows Heracross allowing Butterfree to feed on tree sap after Heracross has finished its meal. In addition, it is shown to suck sap from grass-type Pokemon such as Bulbasaur. In Alola, Heracross get along better with Pinsir as they both have rivalries with Vikavolt. Mega Heracross. Here we go. Here's the good stuff. Mega Heracross is bulkier than its previous form. Thin orange markings now rim its head, hands, and shoulders. Additionally, there is a half-circle orange marking over its eyes. It now has a long pointed nose that curves slightly upward. Its back now lacks wings and is completely yellow. The horn on its head has grown into a large, simple spike with 2 smaller spikes on the front. The antenna has lengthened as well and now have ovoid tips. Mega Heracross's forearms have thickened and lost their spines. Sometimes when attacking, particularly with a multi-strike move, its exoskeletal shell on the upper side of its arms open up, revealing a segmented yellow skin layer filled with holes, which let air enter and exit from its forearms. Some hydraulics in this bug. That's pretty cool. During these attacks, its claws simultaneously retract, allowing Mega Heracross to fire various types of ammunition at a rapid pace. That's a Digimon. That's a Digimon for sure.
Yeah.
This Pokemon has a high body temperature, so it opens the shells of its arms and torso to allow heat to escape. Mega Heracross boasts such incredible strength that it can lift objects up to 500 times its own weight between its horns. However, it is left with muscular soreness after reverting to its original form. Oh no. Burnout day. Oh no. Here's some stats. Max CP at 40. 3101 and at 50, 3506 is what it's supposed to be. And then for Mega at 40 is 4814 and at 50 it's 5343. Sorry, 5443.
That's quite high.
Ridiculous number. Very, very big number. Base form has 190 stamina, 179 defense, and 234 attack. That attack stat is already nothing to scoff at. 234 is pretty high. The Mega form, however, enjoys the same stamina of 190, but 223 defense and, are you sitting down? 334 attack.
Holy! I wasn't reading the document, so that's a genuine surprise. Holy cow!
334. For reference, Mewtwo, base Mewtwo, has 300 attack. This is 10% more.
That's crazy. Regular Heracross or Mega Heracross in the main series games, 185 attack.
Wow,
that's insane.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, no, it's nuts. It's nuts. But there you go. That's how you get to a high CP number of 5443. Ridiculous. And best moveset, regardless, is going to be counter with close combat and Mega Horn. You're going to want to use the fighting moveset and then Mega Horn for bug type coverage as well. But yeah, that's how to get the most DPS out of your Mega Heracross. Yep.
That said, Mega Heracross, Struggle Bug, despite being a bad move, and Mega Horn, top bug DPS. Better than Mega Pinsir.
Really? With like its Fury Cutter and Bug Bite or whatever it is?
Bug Bite, Bug Scissor, Mega Pinsir.
Okay.
Has.
Really?
So I imagine, I have to assume Struggle Bug is a terrible move. What is it?
Yeah, it's got to be Garbo.
15 damage, 10 damage per second, 10 energy per second.
Yeah.
Compared to Bug Bite, which is 12 energy per second, 10 damage. So Bug Bite is slightly better. Yeah. So even with the worst move, it is the top bug type. So,
crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, no, Mega Heracross is a is a boss. That's for absolute sure. So Kyle, I already know you love Heracross, because who doesn't, right? Mega Heracross though, how are you feeling about that?
I'm kind of neutral. Like, I like Heracross a lot. Like, there's something simple about its design that just works so well for me.
Yeah.
And I love the being based off of a rhinoceros beetle.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cool. I had never really noticed that the Mega is like mechanical almost.
Yeah.
Like, it's like an engine. It like has vents and everything. And I don't know. It still looks cool. I like it, but it's reading more into it made me kind of like it a little less.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I kind of just liked assuming it was a chunky boy with big arms.
I mean,
But now that I know it, now that I'm actually paying attention that there's a vent on its stomach, I'm like, it's kind of goofy.
I mean, Mega Caesar runs the same sort of problem, right? I mean, it looks pretty robotic, but it ain't though.
But Mega Caesar is steel type, so it gets away with a little bit more of that mechanical square edged look.
True.
Yeah,
that's fair enough.
Heracross so badly deserves an evolution.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know.
It should just turn into a guy that looks like a Beetleborg outfit.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
So, never looked if you missed the generation of Beetleborgs, go look up their outfits. It's Power Rangers, but like they look so much better. Beetleborgs look so good.
Don't look too far into it.
Yeah, don't watch it. Don't watch Beetleborgs. Holy cow, is it aged badly?
I don't want to have to explain to anybody why Ghost Elvis is a thing. Anybody.
Yeah,
if that didn't make it okay, if you heard us talking about that show just now and you're like, none of that makes any sense, I assure you, guarantee, watching it will not answer that question for you.
It won't make any more sense. But they look dope.
They did. And the
so
theme
good.
song was really good. It
Yeah.
was really, really good. Jeez. All right.
Anyways, let's get out of the 90s nostalgia there real quick.
Yeah, we could get really, because I was like, how can we talk about street sharks and gargoyles as well? Oh, look, I brought it up. Oh, no. Anyway, that's it for Pokelore, which means that we're in Pokepole territory now. It's Pokepole waters right now.
Last week's question was, what is the one thing you always find yourself struggling with in Pokemon Go? First response from Lachlan, and he said, this year I have struggled with organizing to meet up with my local lucky friends to do lucky trades. Largely because with how slow things release now, only one lucky trade is needed a month for the lucky decks. There's an advantage to being on top of your stuff, I suppose.
Yeah, but the problem is that he was too on top of it, and now he has to wait.
He does have to wait, but that means that he always has a lucky friend ready. So there's positive.
That's true.
It's an impressive feat. Not gonna lie, man. All right,
that's like size 16 feet. Impressive feat.
Next one's from Trent. They said, my eternal problem has been Pokemon storage management. Whatever the cap, I've generally always been anywhere from 1 to 10 Pokemon away from it and just juggling it until the next box upgrade hits. I'm hoping to put a dent in it next month with the Zubat Spotlight Hour. I'm pretty sure that was the 2x transfer. But I usually forget about Spotlight Hour, so we'll see what happens.
Scrolling back up in the notes, we can confirm that April 2nd, Zubat with 2x transfer candy is a Spotlight Hour. Yep.
But I usually forget about Spotlight Hour, so we'll see what happens. So put it in your calendar.
Yeah,
I've done it like twice before. It works.
Yeah,
then the difficult part becomes remembering to do it once your alarm goes off.
I ask my personal assistant Siri to make a reminder for those sorts of things.
Yeah. So you can ignore the reminder. It works every time.
My man.
How do you play community days?
7 Pokemon at a time.
Do you catch, appraise, and release as you go? That makes me sad.
You say that. You say it makes you sad and you're smiling, which means that it's a much more complex emotion, and sad doesn't quite fit the bill, but it's close enough.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm thinking about somebody else doing it.
Oh.
Because if I had to do it, I'd be real sad.
Yeah, that's no way to live. No way to live.
Next one's from Sarah Amanda, and they said, okay, so this is an adjacent problem. I host meetups. Well, I post them. Raid hour, raid days, etc. But I usually roll up to these like a couple minutes before the first raid hatches. I really ought to show up earlier, like at least 10 minutes earlier, especially for some of these other events with a lot of new faces, like the primal raid days. Like I advertise that I bring my Switch to distribute coin bags, but because I show up right when the raid starts, it's kind of hard for me to actually distribute them to people. And for people new to the meetup, it would be reassuring if there was someone there standing around so they know they are indeed at the right spot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
you've nailed it. You've nailed it right on the head. You know exactly what you need to do. So
yeah. But doing it.
that's the difficult part. We all know that.
That's right. Yeah, it's really easy for me when we're like out at GoFest and stuff. I'm like, look for the really big guy with the GoCast backpack. And they usually will see me in a crowd. Or I'll describe whatever Kyle's wearing and they can find the two of us standing close, but not too close to each other out in public. Yeah, like a sign or something, you know?
Yeah,
but,
sign would be good, especially if you constantly host.
Yeah.
Make people feel welcome. You see it, put it in your backpack. You just stick it up in the backpack. Yeah.
Yeah.
See people at GoFest like that all the time. It's great.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right. The next response from Dapper Drampa. They said, for me, it is resisting the urge to purify shadow Pokemon. Based on Pogo's limited lore, when Pokemon are in their shadow form, they suffer, and I feel guilty not saving them, despite it being more optimal. Good luck to all riding a Pogo struggle bus. You and DeFi would get along very well.
It's really easy to dispel the guilt when you realize they're not real Pokemon or real creatures.
Hey, that doesn't make anybody feel any worse. There's people who can't choose the bad choice in video games because they feel bad about doing it.
But I don't know. Maybe I'm just a sociopath.
You're lacking that empathy, Chris.
No, I got the empathy just fine, but I look at it and I go, that's a feeling I'm feeling for something that I don't need to be feeling it for. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what? Maybe you're the only one who has a healthy relationship with it here.
No, people know that ain't true. People know that ain't true. I'm starting to sweat because I'm starting to run low on incubators. I got about 20 of each left. And I'm like, when's a new box going to come out? I need a new box.
I bought $20 in Poke Coins for Groudon Ray Day, and I felt bad about it.
Oh, boy. No more buyer's remorse. Oh, man. Yeah. Then that third one ran, and you're like, what am I doing with my time and my money?
Yeah, a little bit. All right, the next one, the last one came in the form of an email from Dottish22. Hello, Chris and Kyle. Dottish22 here. I'm writing this email to answer last week's Poke Poll, as well as tell you about my Groudon Raid Day. My wife was away for a bachelorette party, and I was on daddy duty with our 11-month-old daughter. The weather here in New Jersey was awful. It essentially downpoured from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Whew.
I planned to just remote into a few raids, considering the circumstances. But as 1:30 rolled around, I started to get that itch. Should I go out? Will anyone even be at the park? I decided to strap up the baby in the car seat, got us both in rain gear, and ventured out to our local park. Upon arriving, I was surprised that there was about 10 to 15 cars parked in spots that could reach 2 of the adjacent gyms.
Nice.
I said to myself, I'll do 2 or 3 raids and be on my way. Upon defeating the second raid, whoa, cool, a shiny Groudon. As the screen zoomed in and showed the CP numbers, the only thing I could do was scream. 2351. I kept saying it over and over again. 2351. 2351. Yes, after 40,000 Pokemon caught, I got my first Shundo.
Nice.
Well, hey, that's a great story. Hopefully you didn't get too soaking wet catching it. To answer last week's Poke Poll, this is my holy grail Pokemon. The only downside I will say is that because of the rain, I was screaming alone in my car with just the baby and no one else around knowing what happened. I wish I could have experienced it with other raiders from my community. But one day when she's old enough, hopefully we will be playing together and I can tell her the story. I will be naming the new edition after her, as I believe she was the good luck charm that made it happen.
True.
One last thing before I go, I want to thank you guys for everything you do. This podcast, as well as PvP Corner, are the reasons I community. Thanks again, and Shundo vibes all. Continue to grind and play this game every day. I hope you guys, as well as Fish and DeFi, realize how much you mean to your listeners. And P.S. I've attached a photo below because I still don't believe the story myself. That's fantastic. Careful, if she's your good luck charm, that means you have to bring her to every raid you do from now on.
That's right. That's
your wife might not like that.
That's a GoFest traveling baby.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh, it's a great story though.
It is.
I'm jealous.
Love it.
It's a great Shundo to have too. Oh my goodness. All right. For this week's Poke Poll we have, what Pokemon move is not currently in Pokemon Go that you would like to see added? Which Pokemon would it be on, and how would it work? That's a hard question to drop on me, Chris. Oh my goodness. Do you have an answer?
I got it. I do.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to see Flame Wheel, and I want to see it on Typhlosion.
Okay. Flame Wheel's not in the game, huh?
I don't think so. I haven't seen it at least. But I remember using Flame Wheel on my Quilava like a lot. A lot.
Yeah, it was I remember using it even just as recently as an Arceus.
Yeah. So. And I would really love to see it on Typhlosion, and it serves some sort of purpose like Blaze Kick does on Blaziken. Gives it a little bit more, I don't know, use somewhere. Would be good on Hisui and Typhlosion as well. Yeah, that's my answer.
Oh my goodness. I really want to see weather effect moves. Like, even if they don't come in as adventure effects and stuff like that, they could make rain a charged move. Make it a debuffing move or something like that. Make rain lower attack, make sandstorm lower defense, stuff like that. I could see that happening if they really want to avoid doing anything else. So I think that's my answer.
Okay.
Like rain.
So like sunny day or
rain, sunny day, and sandstorm.
And hail.
Hailstorm. Whatever.
Yep.
Those are the four. Right?
Yeah.
There's no move that sets psychic terrain or grassy terrain, right? It's only abilities.
Yeah. Yep. Abilities. Yep. We're gonna get an email from somebody who's like, actually, there's a held item that does that too. Sure. It still doesn't work in Go, I guess. So hey, you're safe there.
Flame Wheel is in Go.
It is?
Yeah.
No way. Who's it on?
Who knows it? Hang on. Here we go. Alola Marowak.
It was Ponyta. Okay.
Monferno.
What?
Larvesta. But not what's
Typhlosion. Cyndaquil, Quilava, Typhlosion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to see that on that Pokemon. Okay. So I guess I technically did not answer the question, but I want to see that move on that Pokemon real bad. Like real bad. That'd be cool.
Okay.
Now I can't think of another replacement. Oh, geez. I don't know. Oh, man. I was so ready to go. Oh, gosh.
I was like, there's no way that's not in the game right now. It's just not a good move.
But I can't think of another move that I like feel strongly about because I'm like, I don't know, Dragon Cheer is not in the game, but I don't actually know what that does. But like a bunch of weird stuff is in the game that you wouldn't think is. Flame Wheel being a good example, I suppose. Man, I got nothing. I'm sticking with Flame Wheel.
Okay, when we read it next week, you can have another answer ready.
Okay, sure. We'll see if we remember to do that. But if you, dear listener, have an answer to this week's Pokepoll question, which is, once again, what Pokemon move is not currently in Pokemon Go that you would like to see added? Which Pokemon would it be on, and how would it work? You can answer that question. We posted on X from our account at GOCast Podcast. If you're a patron supporter of ours via Patreon, and you're in the Discord that are just for patron, that's exclusively for patrons of the show, we have an entire channel dedicated to it, the Pokepoll channel. If you're listening via Spotify on the mobile app, you can answer there via like an interact tab or however it shows up there for you on your phone. You could also send us an email to mail@gocastpodcast.com. You could also send us a voicemail by calling 262-586-7717. And I'm doing this out of order, but if you're watching on YouTube, we got the video version of the show too. You can leave a comment with your response as well. But hey, speaking of emails and voicemails, Mr. Kyle, we're towards the end of our time here, which can only mean one thing.
It's time for emails.
That's right. And a voicemail. This one's from Saramanda.
Hey, GoCast, it's Saramanda here. So, I recently discovered that, like, the coolest thing, in my opinion, about the party play feature is that any Pokemon you catch while you're in a party with somebody, it'll actually tell you, like, at the very bottom of the Pokemon's, like, information screen, like, where you caught it and when you caught it, it'll say, caught in a party with such and such.
Yep.
And so, I don't really care that much about what the bonuses are, but it's just really fun to be like, oh, cool. It'll actually say, like, I caught this when I was hanging out with my sister and her boyfriend, or my BFF, or my Monster Hunter crew, or whatever. And so that's been like my main thing for like, let's get in a party. Because I just want to have those tags on the Pokemon I catch. Another fun thing is apparently when you, if you type the word party into your Pokemon inventory search bar, it'll bring up Pokemon you have in your inventory that were caught while you were in a party. That's kind of cool. That's
Nice.
all. Peace, Saramanda.
Okay. I knew about the tag. I'd noticed. I like that you can track raid Pokemon, especially because of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I did a raid with them. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's very,
cool.
very cool.
You can search it too. Yeah.
Yeah, any of this like memento based sort of stuff is always really, really cool. I didn't know you could search for it via party either. That's awesome. Very helpful. Jeez. I wish they would tell us this stuff.
Yeah, right.
I mean, and maybe it's mentioned tongue in cheek, like in a post or a tweet or something, but I don't think so. I think it's just added.
I mean, if it did, I missed it, which is fair. It's possible.
Well, anyway, thank you very much, Saramanda, for the voicemail. Appreciate it. We've got an email here too, but I had the pleasure of queuing up the voicemail, which means I get to kick this on over to Mr. Kyle to read.
And our one email's from Drew2, and they said, "Hi, fellas. I've noticed that after several weeks of Kyle receiving heaps of praise for his ability to do a solo podcast, the fanfare has died down and no one has mentioned him in quite some time. I hope for Kyle's sake that his mood hasn't changed from fine to okay because of this. Or is it the other way around? No one will ever know."
I don't know, and I ask you every week.
Anyway, to keep his spirits up, I suggest henceforth we should use the term Kyle as a way to reference whenever you successfully accomplish something on your own. For example, one might say, "I didn't have anyone to help me do a Mega Tyranitar raid today, but thanks to my team of level 50 Shadow Machamps, I Kyled it."
Yeah.
Or in the PvP context, "I easily took down one of my opponents in GBL today. Their entire team was completely weak to fairies, and my Wigglytuff Kyled all 3 Pokemon."
Ooh. Ugh.
Anyway, I hope one of these days Kyle's will be doing great, fantastic, or phenomenal. Hey, you can go back. There are times where I've said great, or at the very least, I've said good. So
I think good.
I've said great, though. There's times I remember being like great because I don't remember what happened. Okay, look.
Yeah. Okay. For as rare as that might have been, you think you would have remembered. I don't think it happened.
Yeah.
I don't think it happened.
I have a terrible memory too, so it's a bad example. But there's a little more here. Sorry for the long email, Drew2. P.S. Can you do a Kalos, Alola, and Paldea Pokedex status check? Whoever has the fullest Pokedex wins that region. Best of 3. Loser has to make a PvP goal for next week. Oh no.
Ugh.
I will probably lose because I have many that I don't think I've even evolved that I currently.
Oh no, I'm in the same boat, but this will be fun. Okay, so
All
the
right,
first
Kalos?
one, Kalos.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got
God.
63.
61. For comparison, I haven't evolved a Scatterbug yet.
I also have not evolved a Scatterbug.
What else have I not done in here? I haven't evolved an Amoris. I haven't evolved a Goodra.
I haven't evolved an Amoris either. Sorry, an Amoris. No, Amoris is different. Amoris. I have not evolved a Slurpuff.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I don't have Hawlucha. Do you have Hawlucha?
I do have Hawlucha. Yeah,
so I don't have Hawlucha.
I got it traded to me from
Filthy
somebody.
Cheater.
Yeah. Okay, so that's one for me on Kalos, but it's real close because we're both
not good. But the rest of these is
great.
not going to be good.
Alola is next.
Yeah. What do you got?
65.
No.
Are you 64? No! I don't have a Crabrawler. I still haven't evolved a Primarina. What are you doing over there?
I didn't evolve a Shiinotic.
Okay.
Shiinotic. I also have not found a female Salazzle, or Salandite, so I don't have Salazzle.
Okay, I do have that one. Yeah.
I haven't evolved Sandygast yet.
I also haven't evolved Palisand.
Komodo. What was that?
Oh, I did. I also don't have Palisand. I've done the Komodo line, though.
I haven't done Solgaleo with my second Cosmog.
Okay.
That's it. I think that's all I'm missing here.
Huh.
At least unless I haven't caught something.
Oh, I also haven't done Solgaleo. I only have Lunala. Wow, man, we're both bad at this game, huh? All right.
Wait, what? Oh no, okay, I see it.
All right, do we want to check Paldea just for grins at this point?
This is gonna be bad for me.
Okay. Me too. 26.
No, 26.
26. Oh, we're tied. We love that. That's good.
We're tied. And I haven't evolved either of my Charcadets still.
I also have not evolved a Charcadet. I haven't evolved into a low kicks, and I haven't evolved a single Fuecoco yet.
Oh, wow. Basically, the only things I've evolved from this generation are the starters, Pawmi, Clodsire because of the...
I haven't evolved Pawmi either. Wow.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I also don't have a Belly Bolt. I don't
have a Belly Bolt either. I don't have
Houndstone.
What is Arbolive, right? That's the third one.
Oh, Arboliva? Yeah. You won't Arbolive what we haven't evolved.
Oh, I've done Annihilate. Obviously, that's one.
Same Z's.
I still only have a Frigibax, so yeah. Oh, I don't have Goldengo, though. You have
Me
Goldengo,
neither.
right?
I have so many gold coins I could do it.
Okay.
I just haven't done it yet. Oh, man. Okay, well, so 2 wins and a tie. Okay.
No, 2 losses and a tie for me.
Oh, 2 losses. Yeah, I guess it depends on perspective.
Goals.
Yeah, so what's your... Oh, well, you know what? Hey, hold on that thought.
Hang on.
Stew on it for just a moment there. Hey, dear listener, if you would like to send us an email or a voicemail, just like these fine folks did, you can by sending it to mail@gocastpodcast.com. You can also leave us a voicemail, like I just said, to 262-586-7717. You could answer the Pokeball question. You could just write in about, how Go is going for you, your experience with an event. We love all that stuff, and we play a lot of it. So please send it on in. We'd love to hear from you, and I'm sure so would other listeners. You can visit our website for all things GoCast at GoCastPodcast.com. Follow us on X at GoCast Podcast. If you'd like to help support the show, you can via Patreon. That's spelled PATREON.com. Use the / after that GoCast Podcast to find us. Should be pretty easy to find us. And shout out to our Elite Trainer tier patrons. Speaking of patrons, I did it last week, so Kyle, it's your turn.
Shout out to Elite Trainers Bo, Daniel, Lori, Michael, Ozzy, Arkham, Marvin, Mimi, Sports Thayer, Jason, Justin, Charles, Motters, Lee, William, Brandon, Ethan, Stephen, Nick, our favorite listener, Drew 2, Camo, The Ugly Rock, Jacob, Victoria, and Sarah Lore.
Thank you for your generous support and for helping us keep the digital lights on and helping us keep our lung health up to date every week. Yep. Okay. But if you'd like to help support the show in another way, you can by leaving us a review. Please, please, please do. It helps us out immensely, and it's free for you to do so. Just costs you some time. And we got a review since last week. This one is from Pokey Gamer for Life 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and the title of the review is Best Podcast Out There. And it says, it's a must listen for anyone in the Pokemon Go space. We would agree, but we are biased. Okay. Here we go, Mr. Kyle. We got to set some goals. Don't forget to add a PvP goal in there if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay.
So this weekend we've got the Rocket event, which means Shadow Mewtwo on the weekend as well. Those are the things that are happening.
Yeah.
For myself, I wanted to catch at least one Shadow Mewtwo. I was literally talking to Kyle before this and with a friend prior to that about how I wasn't sure if I was going to have a lot of time. It's Easter weekend. I got some family stuff going on, people coming out of town. I might not be able to actually go out and make a good concerted effort for Shadow Mewtwo, which is kind of a bummer. But we've done so many of them in the past. I think it'll be okay. I won't feel the FOMO. I just will feel a part of me missing deep down inside.
You feel the FOMO.
It's there somewhere. That's right. Acknowledge the FOMO. Don't feel it. So I'll try to do at least one Shadow Mewtwo. Finish the Rocket research, finish the Zarude research, which I'm really close on. And then, of course, the 250,000 Stardust bring me up to 17 million by next week. What about you, Mr. Kyle?
All right. I'm going to get my Platinum Mega Evolution badge. I'm going to continue my daily gifting. And I'm going to finish the Zarude research.
Nice.
Going to get 300,000 experience. And I'll do 3 sets of Great League GVL. Let's see how that goes.
Great League is available right now, but all 3 are available, which means that it might roll over to...
I checked. If you scroll down, it shows the next set now. That's a new feature that I didn't know existed. And it says Great League's coming up. So I can keep that going. Rolls over to Great League and a special cup.
On the 29th, yeah, Ultra Premiere. Look at that. Wow.
Of which I would not be doing Ultra Premiere, but I will do Great League.
Okay. That sounds good. I'm excited to hear how it goes next time we record. Okay, make sure y'all are listening to PvP Corner. This is a fun episode this week for Mr. Fish, and be sure to check out the new star piece as well. We had just put one out this past week with Archaic, who is the webmaster of Bulbapedia / Bulba Garden in general. So check that out, and we'll see you next week for episode 277. Good luck with your Shadow Mewtwo's this weekend if you haven't already gone through that. And we hope that you put Team Go Rocket in their place. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.